My spouse deserted me in the downpour, 37 miles away. He declared I needed a lesson. I didn't protest. I just watched him depart. Can you imagine going from celebrating your anniversary to being abandoned by your husband on a desolate stretch of highway 37 miles from home with a storm brewing? All because I dared to ask where our money had gone. He thought he was teaching me a lesson. But what he didn't know was that I'd been ready for him for 8 months, and his entire world was about to come crashing down. I pressed record on my phone, my thumb hitting the icon with a quiet click, then slipped it back into my pocket just as Andrew's sleek Mercedes pulled into the empty rest stop. The air was thick and heavy. I could smell the coming rain, a metallic tang on the breeze. "Get out," he barked, his voice devoid of warmth, not even bothering to turn off the engine. "You need a lesson, Amanda. Walking home might teach you some respect. 37 miles. He'd calculated it perfectly. Too far for an Uber, too remote for any kind of public transport. What he didn't realize, what he couldn't possibly know, was that I'd been recording his every cruel word for 8 long months. And my brother Marcus was already parked behind the abandoned gas station, patiently waiting for my signal. The leather seat creaked under me as I slowly turned to face him. Andrew's jaw was set in that familiar, smug line of satisfaction, the one he always wore after closing a particularly ruthless deal at his hedge fund. Just 3 hours earlier, we'd been sitting across from each other at Morton's Steakhouse, clinking glasses, celebrating our anniversary. Now he was abandoning me on a remote stretch of highway, all because I'd dared to ask why $10,000 had vanished from our joint account. "You're seriously doing this?" I kept my voice eerily steady, letting my phone capture every single word, every nuance of his cold response. "Actions have consequences, Amanda," he sneered, his eyes glittering with a predatory gleam. "You went behind my back, called my accountant, embarrassed me with your paranoid questions. Maybe a long walk in the rain will remind you who manages the money in this family." My mind flashed to the pearl earring, a single elegant piece I'd found tucked under our bed just 2 days ago. Nain's earring. That $10,000 had probably bought her something pretty, something glittering. But I didn't mention it, not yet. Everything had to happen in the right order, precisely as Marcus and I had rehearsed it. "It's going to storm," I said, gesturing vaguely at the darkening, bruised sky. "Then you'd better start walking." His fingers drummed a restless rhythm against the steering wheel. "Unless you want to apologize right now and admit you were wrong." 6 months ago, a different version of me would have apologized. 6 months ago, I still clung to the desperate hope that our marriage could be saved, that the man I married was still in there somewhere. That was before I'd found the second set of books for his company, before the mysterious spiraling withdrawals, before the full story video added in below.